Ever wondered how some businesses seem to be doing incredibly well, even when it seems they shouldn't? Could they be colluding? You see, collusion isn't a term you hear every day, but trust me, it's something that's been affecting global businesses in more ways than you might imagine. So what is collusion? In the business world, collusion is typically defined as a secretive agreement between two or more parties designed to limit open competition. It's like a hidden pact where businesses conspire to set prices or control markets, all to their advantage. It's a game of shadows, played behind closed doors, far from the prying eyes of regulators, and most importantly, consumers. Though it might seem cutthroat and ruthless, it's a reality many industries face. But don't worry, it's not all doom and gloom. To better understand the implications of collusion, let's delve into some real-life examples. Sugar, a sweet ingredient we use daily, but did you know it was once at the center of a major collusion case? Let's take a trip back in time to the late 1970s, to a case that would later be known as the Great Sugar Conspiracy. Picture this: the world's top sugar producers sitting around a table, secretly agreeing to drive up sugar prices. This wasn't just a friendly chat over tea and biscuits, my friends. This was collusion in action. You see, collusion happens when businesses that would normally be competitors decide to work together to control prices, production, or even market share. It's a bit like forming a secret club, but instead of sharing secret handshakes, these chums were sharing market control. So what happened during the Great Sugar Conspiracy? Well, these sugar barons decided to increase their profits by, you guessed it, hiking up the price of sugar. This wasn't just a small bump either. We're talking about prices soaring to unprecedented levels. And while these companies were laughing all the way to the bank, the consumers were left with a bitter taste. The aftermath? Sugar prices skyrocketed, leaving consumers grappling with the cost. This wasn't just a blow to our sweet tooth. It had a ripple effect on other industries too. Think about it. Sugar is a key ingredient in so many products, from your morning coffee to your favorite candy bar. As sugar prices rose, so did the price of these everyday items. And it wasn't just about the money. The quality of products also dipped as manufacturers tried to cut costs, and consumer choices were limited as smaller companies were driven out of business due to the high cost of sugar. The Great Sugar Conspiracy is a perfect example of how collusion can have far-reaching negative impacts. It's a cautionary tale that reminds us of the importance of healthy competition in business. So as we can see, collusion can lead to inflated prices, reduced quality, and limited choices for consumers. Imagine paying more for your TV or computer monitor because of a secret agreement among manufacturers. Welcome to one of the biggest price-fixing scandals in history, where major electronics manufacturers colluded to inflate the prices of LCD panels. This is the story of the LCD price-fixing scandal. In the early 2000s, some of the largest manufacturers of liquid crystal display or LCD panels were found to be in cahoots. These companies, including international giants like Sharp, LG, and Toshiba, secretly agreed to fix the prices of LCD panels, a key component in TVs, computer monitors, and laptops. Their aim was simple. By controlling the price, they could ensure higher profits regardless of the market dynamics. However, their secret didn't remain hidden for long. Investigations by authorities revealed the truth behind this price manipulation. The fallout was significant. The companies were hit with massive fines, totaling in the billions of dollars globally. In the United States alone, fines reached over $500 million. But the penalties didn't stop at financial loss. The reputational damage was staggering. Consumers felt betrayed. After all, who wants to buy from a company that secretly conspires to make you pay more? The scandal led many to question the integrity of these companies, damaging their brand image and consumer trust. In the aftermath, the companies had to work hard to regain their lost reputation, a task arguably harder than paying the fines. They had to prove to their customers and to the world that they had mended their ways and were committed to fair business practices. This scandal serves as a stark reminder of the potential consequences of collusion. It's not just about breaking laws or paying fines. It's about the erosion of trust, the loss of loyalty, and the long road to redemption. Companies that engage in collusion risk their reputation, their customer base, and ultimately their future. This case shows that collusion can lead to severe penalties and loss of consumer trust. So we've seen how collusion can impact consumers, but what about the businesses involved? When businesses collude, they might initially experience a surge in their profits. However, this short-term gain is often followed by a tidal wave of negative consequences. Let's dive into some of these adverse impacts. First and foremost, legal penalties. In most parts of the world, collusion is illegal. It's seen as a violation of antitrust laws designed to encourage competition and protect consumers. When businesses are caught colluding, they can face hefty fines. For instance, in the United States, violators can be fined up to $1 million for individuals and up to $100 million for corporations. And that's just the financial aspect. Individuals involved can also face prison sentences, with terms up to 10 years. Next up, reputational damage. In the digital age, news travels fast. If a company is exposed for colluding, the backlash can be swift and brutal. Customers, investors, and even employees may lose faith in the company, causing a significant blow to its reputation. This damage can take years, even decades to repair, and in some cases it might be irreversible. Last but not least, loss of consumer trust. Trust is a critical element in any business relationship. Once that trust is broken, it can be incredibly hard to regain. Customers who feel cheated or manipulated may choose to take their business elsewhere. This could lead to a drastic fall in sales, and in extreme cases, it can even lead to bankruptcy. In a nutshell, while collusion might seem like an easy way to increase profits, the risks involved are monumental. The legal penalties can cripple a company financially, the reputational damage can tarnish its image in the public eye, and the loss of consumer trust can lead to a significant dip in sales. Clearly, the short-term gains from collusion are far outweighed by the potential long-term consequences. So it's always better to play by the rules, compete fairly, and build a sustainable business based on trust and transparency. Now that we understand the dangers of collusion, how do we prevent it? Preventing collusion begins with fostering a culture of ethics within your organization. This means establishing a set of moral principles that guide decision-making and behavior. Encourage honesty, integrity, and respect. Make it clear that unethical practices like collusion will not be tolerated. But creating a culture of ethics is just the start. It's essential to back up this culture with strong internal controls. This includes checks and balances to ensure that no individual or group can manipulate the system for their personal gain. Regular audits, both internal and external, can help catch irregularities that might suggest collusion. Consider implementing a segregation of duties. This means dividing responsibilities among different individuals or teams. It's a simple yet effective way to prevent collusion. For instance, the person who approves invoices shouldn't be the same person who creates them. This makes it harder for employees to collude because they can't control all parts of a transaction. In addition to these strategies, encourage an environment where employees feel safe to voice their concerns. Whistleblowing can be a powerful tool in detecting and preventing collusion. Establish clear procedures for reporting suspicious activities and ensure that employees know they will be protected from retaliation. However, remember that preventing collusion isn't just about stopping bad behavior. It's also about promoting good behavior. Recognize and reward ethical conduct. Make sure employees know that doing the right thing is not only expected, but appreciated. Lastly, don't forget about education and training. Make sure your employees understand what collusion is, why it's harmful, and how they can help prevent it. Regular training sessions can help reinforce these messages and ensure everyone in your organization is on the same page. Prevention and detection are crucial in the fight against collusion. but they require commitment and action from everyone in the organization. Remember, a business built on integrity and transparency is far more sustainable and successful in the long run. So collusion may seem like an easy path to success, but is it worth it? We've delved into the concept of collusion, examining it through the lens of the Great Sugar Conspiracy and the LCD price-fixing scandal. We've seen how these seemingly smart strategies, conceived in the shadows, led to nothing but downfall and disgrace. While collusion might seem like a tempting shortcut to prosperity, remember, it's a hollow victory. The short-term gains pale in comparison to the long-term consequences: legal penalties, tarnished reputations, and lost trust. The negative impacts are far-reaching and can be devastating to businesses and individuals alike. We've also explored ways to prevent and detect collusion, demonstrating that transparency, robust checks and balances, and a strong ethical framework are vital. So let's not forget, in this complex world of business, the game is best played fair. In business as in life, the path of integrity and transparency is always the best route to sustainable success.